Imagine discovering that the high-ranking executive sitting on your corporate board, helping guide the future of your multi-billion-dollar artificial intelligence enterprise, is secretly operating as a covert liaison for your fiercest industry rival, all while quietly building a secret family with him behind closed doors. For years, Silicon Valley has attempted to present itself as a clinical, hyper-rational utopia driven entirely by clean code, venture capital, and world-changing innovation. But the final unsealing of a federal court discovery in the massive legal war between Elon Musk and OpenAI has completely shattered that pristine corporate facade. What was supposed to be a standard, high-stakes battle over non-profit structures and intellectual property has officially degenerated into an absolute public relations nightmare centered directly around Neuralink executive Shivon Zilis. Over the last 72 hours, the permanent digital archiving of these explosive trial transcripts has triggered a massive, uncontrollable wave of chaos across X, as users dissect text messages that look less like corporate communications and more like a high-stakes espionage thriller. The tech landscape is currently reeling from the definitive realization that the boundaries between ultimate corporate power, algorithmic control, and chaotic personal dynamics have completely dissolved, forcing the world's richest man into a frantic, highly visible damage control cycle on his own platform to fully comprehend the sheer scale of the structural mess that has taken over the internet. We have to look directly at the sworn testimonies and unsealed communications that the public is currently hyperanalyzing. The core architectural conflict of the trial centered on Musk's massive lawsuit against Sam Altman and Greg Brockman, accusing them of illegally converting OpenAI into a for-profit entity. However, OpenAI's defense team completely flipped the script by dragging Zilis' dual role into the absolute center of the courtroom. Zilis, a brilliant Yale graduate and prominent venture capitalist, served as an active board member for OpenAI from 2020 to 2023. Yet, the unsealed text messages presented to the jury reveal that during a crucial period of institutional friction, Zilis explicitly texted Musk, asking if he preferred for her to stay close and friendly to OpenAI to keep info flowing as the trust game got tricky. Musk bluntly responded, "Close and friendly," before detailing his explicit plans to systematically poach core engineering talent from OpenAI to fuel his own automotive and AI ventures at Tesla. This exchange fundamentally compromised her position as a neutral fiduciary, providing OpenAI with devastating ammunition to argue that Musk was actively using his personal relationships to operate an internal surveillance network within their ecosystem. But the corporate intrigue was instantly overshadowed by the deeply bizarre, overlapping personal timelines that both Musk and Zilis were forced to confirm under oath. For years, the pair had maintained a strict, ironclad confidentiality agreement regarding the exact nature of their domestic arrangement. Under intense cross-examination, the mask dropped completely. Zilis testified that her relationship with Musk began as a romantic encounter back in 2016, which later transitioned into a highly unique, platonic co-parenting agreement by late 2020. She revealed that due to personal health challenges, she chose to accept Musk's formal offer to act as a sperm donor, leading to the birth of twins in late 2021. The sheer chaos of his timeline did not escape the public's attention, as it was revealed that these twins were conceived and born via IVF at the exact same time Musk was expecting a second child via surrogate with his then-partner, the pop artist Grimes, a development that Walter Isaacson's biography confirmed was kept completely secret from Grimes at the time. Zilis further stunned the courtroom by revealing that their family has since expanded to 4 children, and that despite the initial branding of the arrangement as purely platonic, Musk referred to her under oath as his partner, confirming that they currently live together full-time in a massive estate in Austin, Texas. The immediate public reaction across X has been a masterclass in algorithmic volatility and total cultural saturation. The moment the full transcripts hit the public domain, the platform was instantly flooded with thousands of viral threads dissecting the keep info flowing text exchange, with mainstream tech commentators pointing out the staggering ethical violations of a board member acting as a literal corporate double agent. But because Musk owns the infrastructure of the platform, the narrative didn't play out in a traditional media vacuum. Instead, the timeline transformed into a chaotic battleground between highly critical corporate watchdogs and Musk's massive army of dedicated supporters. Within hours, the platform's algorithm began heavily elevating memes and threads that attempted to reframe the entire controversy around Musk's ongoing public obsession with declining global birth rates. The discourse quickly devolved from a serious analysis of corporate governance into a chaotic, polarizing debate about elite prenatalism, the ethics of corporate power dynamics, and the unprecedented reality of a tech titan using his personal social media network to actively steer the conversation away from his own legal liabilities when you look past the immediate shock value of the text messages. This entire situation exposes a profound and deeply unsettling reality about modern Silicon Valley culture and the absolute myth of institutional neutrality. We are no longer dealing with traditional corporations governed by independent boards of directors and strict regulatory oversight. Instead, the foundational technologies of the 21st century, from advanced artificial intelligence to literal brain-computer interfaces, are being developed within incestuous, hyper-insulated fiefdoms where personal relationships, romantic entanglements, and corporate espionage are completely intertwined. The Zilis transcripts prove that at the highest levels of the tech industry, formal nonprofit boards and ethical guidelines are frequently treated as mere suggestions or tactical obstacles. The elite players within this ecosystem operate with an immense level of arrogance, believing that their personal visions for the future of humanity give them the unilateral right to bypass standard corporate laws, manipulate public markets, and utilize their subordinates as literal pawns in personal vendettas against their rivals. This explosive disclosure has had a massive, highly complex impact on the reputations of everyone involved, permanently altering how the public views the internal operations of Musk's massive empire. For Shivon Zilis, a woman who spent over a decade cultivating an impeccable reputation as a visionary venture capitalist and one of the leading female voices in cognitive computing, the trial has fundamentally redefined her public profile. She is no longer viewed simply as a brilliant tech executive. She is now permanently cemented in the public consciousness as the central figure in a massive Silicon Valley corporate drama. For Musk, the reputational fallout is equally profound. While his core fanbase continues to celebrate his unconventional lifestyle as proof of his standard, rule-breaking genius, the unsealed documents have deeply damaged his standing with serious institutional investors. The definitive proof that he utilized a romantic partner to actively funnel internal data from a rival organization has reinforced the narrative that his leadership style is inherently volatile, unpredictable, and dangerously exposed to severe personal conflicts of interest as the digital smoke slowly clears from this massive weekend meltdown. The wider tech industry is left facing a profoundly tense and unresolved era of deep suspicion. The definitive conclusion of the OpenAI trial may have handed a technical victory to Sam Altman, but the corporate warfare is far from over, with Apple now launching its own massive trade secret lawsuits against OpenAI just yesterday. The true, lasting legacy of the Shivon Zilis drama will not be found in the endless string of memes clogging up user feeds, but in how it permanently alters the internal surveillance practices of major technology firms. As rival AI startups prepare for the next massive wave of institutional funding, legal teams are aggressively implementing unprecedented, airtight non-disclosure agreements and aggressive background checks designed specifically to ensure that their internal operations can never again be compromised by an executive playing a double game. Musk may continue to tweet through the chaos, using his platform to champion his grand visions for humanity, but the unsealed text messages have permanently exposed the fragile, deeply human vanity that truly runs the machine.